I got just an excellent question this week by email. It comes from Marcy in New York asking about passing a process serving examination. Hi, this is Larry K with ShadowAnyone.com. Marcy writes, is this course, she's referring to my course, The Investigator's Ultimate Guide to Process Serving, is this course adequate to train me to pass the process server exam in New York? Thanks. Okay, I love that she used the word adequate. That's just exactly perfect and right. What is adequate to let you pass your local exam? Candidly, my course will not guarantee that you pass your local or state exam. Now, this question really comes, I get this sometimes, but it comes from people, a very small sliver of people who do need to pass a registration test or a licensing test, that type of thing. Most places, if you want to serve process, you just have to be over 18, not a party to the case, which no brainer. Mother Nature is going to make you over 18 eventually. And not a party to the case applies to pretty much every court case in the country, right? You're not a party to it. If you do happen to live in a place that requires an exam or something like that, here's my tip for you. Know your specific state law, look at it specifically. My experience with state licensing exams is that they will also, here's a freebie for you, ask you what section number covers the thing that you're studying for. It's private investigator exam, process serving exam, that type of thing. So if your thing is the Florida revised state statute number 123456-B or whatever it is, you should know that number. That way, I think there's a pretty good chance it'll be on the test. And they will ask you specific things about your state. So some places restrict the days of the week that you can serve. Like, for example, Sunday. You may not be able to serve on Sunday. Most places you can. But locally, you need to know if your state restricts that. There are going to be other specific restrictions in your area. For example, how old of a person you can serve if you're doing substituted service. There's case law in the country down to, I think, 13 years old. I do cover this in the course. And I think maybe even younger. I would have to actually review that lesson in my course. That's a beautiful thing about my course, The Investigator's Ultimate Guide to Process Serving, is you get lifetime access. There's no membership fees. There's no reoccurring fees. A one-time purchase. You can go back and review it as much as you want. So in my state, that's just not something that I have to worry about. And I have a good sense of how old of a person I have to serve or how old they got to be. You will learn this too, but for the test, you need to know your state-specific things. So my course doesn't teach those state-specific things, but that's also not what my course is designed to do. It's designed to give you two things. One, an overview of how to serve process, a very good and a very deep overview of, everything from what law firms you approach to get their business, how to approach them, how to talk to the people you're serving. What if you have refusers, people who don't want to take the papers? How can you trick them into taking them if need be? There are other elements, just everything about how to file the return of service, all sorts, how many times you need to attend. All of that is covered, everything from A to Z. But really, the reality of the course is it's designed so that you can succeed at serving process. If you are in one of the rare places that requires an exam or something to be able to serve process, that's the easy part. That's the easy part. You can do that. You review your state code, know process serving in general, maybe from my course or however you're going to learn it. Easy to be appointed as a process server. Succeeding, turning a profit as a process server, that's the difficult part. And that's just business in general. You have to do the thing and do it well. That's where the Investigator's Ultimate Guide to Process Serving will put you in that top 10% of process servers, which is where all the money is. This is not me. This is Brian Tracy. You want to make money in whatever industry you're in. You got to be in that top 10%. So for becoming a process server, I do recommend you know your state-specific laws surrounding process serving, and I do recommend the Investigator's Ultimate Guide to Process Serving because you're going to learn the terminology. If you're on have an exam question and they talk about return of service or affidavit of service or proof of service, you'll know what that is. All of these words, the terms that are used in the industry. Matter of fact, I believe the course has a free preview on just the terminology. If, even for some reason you're not dedicated enough to doing this that you're going to actually invest money in your business by getting the course, go check out the free preview and learn the terminology, if nothing else. In the meantime, this is Larry K with ShadowAnyone.com. Remember, do the right thing, even if it's the hard thing.